So if you would, sir, please state your name for the record.
My name is Bird.
Bird, do you have a story for us?
I do have a story for you, sir. Mr. Cab Driver. What's the story? Oh, yeah. All right. I used to work in California for a marine laboratory, and one of the things that we were responsible for was anytime a dead marine mammal would wash up on the shore in a certain area, we were supposed to go and collect it and take samples and see if we could figure out why it died. And usually it was like a seal or a dolphin. But then one time we got a phone call that a sperm whale had washed up dead on a beach. So we all piled into our car and drove down, and it was a 42-foot long sperm whale, which is ridiculous. And so we started doing all the cutting open and all that kind of stuff. And sperm whales are really cool because they are one of the deepest diving mammals, and they're the whale like from Moby Dick, so they have that really big head, and in their head they have this organ that produces this oil. So we started cutting it open, and that organ that makes that oil smells. The oil that it makes smells so disgusting. One of the worst smells I've ever smelled. And it would get all, like we were wearing gloves and stuff, but it would get all over your hands, and we'd leave. It took us many days to do the necropsy, and so at the end of the day, you'd be like, "Fuck, my hands, they're so gross," and you wash them and couldn't do anything. So we, like the town where this was, the people were great. They would all come in. They all came out, and like people left flowers on the whale's tail, and one guy was playing Amazing Grace on the bagpipes.
For the whale?
Yeah, it was really sad. And so the last day we're working on it, and we're like cutting it, like its aorta was like this big around, and its heart was like this big, and its ribs were like that big. So we had to chainsaw through the ribs to get into the body cavity, and so I was up on top, and we had to like peel the body wall back, and there's a whole bunch of connective tissue holding all the parts together. So I was on top of the whale with a long, really like sharp knife on the end of a long stick, helping to cut the connective tissue as people were holding the wall back. And at one point, I'm leaning over the body cavity, and I had one of those moments when you think you're going to fall, and you're like, whoa! And I didn't, thank God, because if I had fallen, I would have fallen into the whale's lungs. And lungs are really pliable, right? So I'm not sure what would have happened, but I think that if I'd fallen in, the lungs would have completely folded around me, and I would have suffocated inside another animal's lungs, which I thought would have been a very ironic way to die.
Ironic.
I would hope my friends and family would be like, well, at least he died in an interesting way.
I can only imagine the eulogy.
Yeah. So on the last day we're doing this, and we're all pretty disgusting, and this woman comes up to us that lives in the area, and she's like, I've got a shower right in my main hallway, right off the front door. If you guys want to come and shower, you can. And I'm like, that's really nice of you, but you have no idea how badly we smell. Like, you do not want us in your house. She's like, no, please, just come on in and shower. So the four of us were like, okay. So my first friend goes in, showers, comes out going, oh my God, that was so good. But my hands still smell like whale. They couldn't get it off. So everyone goes in, comes out clean, but all of them come out with their hands still smelling like whale. And so I was the last person to shower. And I go into the shower, and I don't know why I have this idea, but it comes into my mind that I wonder what would happen if I were to urinate on my hands. So I So I urinated on my hands and washed up and cleaned all up. Came out of the shower, dried off, gone. No whale smell at all on my hands. So I walk out of the shower and I walk up to my friends and I hold up my hands and they smell it. And they're all like, what the hell did you do? What the hell did you do? My one friend, I didn't say anything. My one friend's like, you peed on your hands!
It calls you out.
So I have no idea how she knew. So then we all went to a nice restaurant and they all ordered really large drinks, and in the middle of the dinner all went into the bathroom and peed on their hands in the bathroom. So, yeah.
So just quick, so the organ you're talking about that creates that oil,
yeah.
Is that ambergris?
No. It's just called it's called like the spermacetal organ. And it's really cool. They have it's not 100% sure what it does, but one of the leading theories is that the oil changes as the temperature changes, it can go from being in a solid state to a liquid state.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's in a solid state, it's buoyant, like it floats, and then when it's in a liquid state, it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So the whale can, by changing the blood flow through the organ, can either warm up that organ, or by not having blood going through it, can make the organ get cool, and then that can change their buoyancy and allow them to dive much deeper.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's a really cool, but it smells bad.
Well, thank you for sharing the story.
Alright.
The first one back since...
Ow!
Which button is it? This is the part that gets cut out anyway.